acceptable, then there shouldn't be a problem by us getting together collectively and doing dhikr in unison, in a state of unity. For example, say Allah, Allah, say Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Was this taught by Muhammad sallallahu like this? Is this the way he taught us? No. Had he wanted us to do it like this, he would have taught us to do it like this. But he did not teach us like this. He said, do it this way, the way we all know, and we restrict ourselves to doing it the way he taught us. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's like these people saying, oh, wait a sec. I've got a better way. I've got a different way, but it's more guided, more better than the way taught by the best of examples, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is exactly what they're saying, indirectly, with their action. Because if their way is not, to their belief, better, would they not do it the way he taught us? Obviously, yes. It makes logic and common sense. But the way we were taught was this way. So why do we want to change this way? If this was better, would he have not said this to us? Absolutely. So we should restrict it to the way he taught us, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, because everything that we do, that he did not teach us, is an innovation. So this is called the added innovation to an action already there, where there's a base for it in Sharia. Thus they change it by adding or decreasing. And this is where Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam clearly told all of his ummah that innovations in the matter of worship are one and not divided into 2, 3, 4 or 5. As he said, keep to my sunnah and the sunnah of the rightly guided caliphs. Cling to it firmly and beware. Listen to this, brothers and sisters. Listen to this carefully. Beware of newly invented matters. In other words, beware of innovation. For every new matter is an innovation, and every innovation is misguidance. Now here we can derive a very important principle. Where Muhammad ﷺ did not say every innovation is wrong or a sin. He used a much greater term, a much harsher term. He said every innovation is dalalah, misguidance, deviation, misleading. In other words, it takes you away from the truth. Because sin is a sin. Wrong is wrong. But misguidance is a much greater word, and he used the greatest of terms. Every. E-V-E-R-E. Every. It's not a generic. There is something there that is, yes, accepted. Maybe others are not accepted. Every. Comprehensive. Everything. Everything is bad. Every innovation is evil. This is why Ahmad ibn Muhammad ibn Hanbal mentioned a beautiful saying regarding this. He said that the greatest sinners amongst the Muslims is a better, listen to this carefully, the greatest sinners from among the Muslims is better than the most pious people from among the innovators. The greatest sinners from among the Muslims is better than the most pious Muslims from among who? The people of innovation. Imam Ayyub says a beautiful saying too. No innovator works harder in Islam, in his acts of worship, except that he draws away, he distances himself away from Allah Ta'ala. As you can see, these beautiful pious predecessors, they understood it perfectly. Because the sinner, when he commits a sin, he knows it's wrong. He knows it's wrong. He's not claiming that my action is pleasing to Allah Ta'ala. But the innovator does not only go against these two perfect affluents, the Quran and Sunnah, but he claims that what he is doing is pleasing, is getting close to Allah Ta'ala. And this is absolutely ludicrous. Garbage, gibberish. To claim something is pleasing to Allah Ta'ala, but Muhammad ﷺ, who was our example, our teacher, did not teach us, nor perform it, nor approve of it. Just as a person who says, or who avoids something, and says to avoid such and such is good or pleasing to Allah Ta'ala with no proof. An example. Because innovation is not just to say something is good, but to say something is no good as well, and to avoid something is no good, is good in the sight of Allah Ta'ala. For example, a vegetarian. I know many vegetarians out there who are Muslim, who say, Wallahi, I believe, and I proclaim this openly, that to avoid harming the beast, the animal, by not slaughtering it, is pleasing to Allah Ta'ala because you're not harming it. So you should be a vegetarian, they say. A'udhu billah. So they say that if you do not kill a chicken or slaughter a sheep or a cow, you are being rewarded because you are not harming this beast and you are being rewarded for what you are doing. Is this logic? And Allah Ta'ala allowed the flesh of beasts. As those mystic Muslims say, do not get married. Do not get married. I say, why? They say, because by not getting married, you are getting closer to Allah Ta'ala. You are getting closer to Allah Ta'ala. This likewise is a bid'ah, claiming to avoid something because you say you are getting closer to Allah Ta'ala. It's evil. Sallallahu al-afiyah. Malik ibn Anas. We've got to know the companions and the pious scholars from amongst our pious predecessors. They came never near innovation. Instead, they warned us most severely against this destructive, loathsome root. Malik ibn Anas, when he recited the verse in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum, he said a beautiful saying. Memorize this saying. He said, whoever says that there is in Islam a good innovation has said that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam has betrayed the message. Nasallallahu al-afiyah. In other words, to say it is a good innovation, you are saying that Muhammad sallallahu did not complete what? The message. And this is common sense. It's logic. You are saying there is more actions that should have been placed in Islam for us to be more better Islamically. Did not Muhammad sallallahu die only after he imparted completely the message of Islam? This we believe as Muslims wholeheartedly, without any doubt. If you doubt in this, you are a kafir. You doubt that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not complete the deen that was given to him by Allah Ta'ala, you are a kafir. Sallallahu al-afiyah. Shafi'i says a beautiful saying as well. He says, Rahmatullah alayhi, whoever says that this action is religiously good has made it part of the Sharia. In other words, he has legislated. He has become like a divine power person who can give laws. Because to say something is Islamically good or to avoid something is good, is pleasing to Allah with no base from the Quran and Sunnah, you are legislating here. You are giving a law, you are passing a law, and this is only the law of the Almighty Lord. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma says, the worst of affairs in the sight of Allah Ta'ala is innovations. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud says, follow and do not innovate. For that which has been given to you is sufficient. It's enough. And then he says, every innovation is misguidance. Sufyan al-Thawri mentions, no word is accepted without action. No word, action is accepted without intention. No word, action, intention is accepted unless it is in accordance to the way of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Hudayfah ibn Yaman, a beautiful companion, a learned companion, says, any act that the companions of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not do, keep away from. Keep away from. In the book of Talbis al-Iblis of Ibn al-Jawzi, who mentions on the authority of Al-Awza'i, he says, patiently, O Muslims, restrict yourself to the Sunnah and do not go beyond the positions held by the companions. Hold what they held. Avoid what they avoided. Take the path of the pious predecessors, for indeed what was sufficient for them is sufficient for all of us. You know, people wonder why we get upset about innovations when we speak about it, talk about it, and so forth. You know, the innovations, brothers and sisters, the essence is an extreme insult, a lie against our leader, our teacher, our role model, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And one of the greatest, most important signs of showing love to this great mujahid is to defend him and to defend his sunnah. This is an obligation that must flow through the blood, through the soul of every single Muslim out of their intense love for him. We get angry only for the sake of Allah Ta'ala. We are happy only for the sake of Allah Ta'ala. We get upset only for the sake of Allah Ta'ala. And if he gets upset, we're upset. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How can we allow something to be in front of us, people who are claiming that this is better to do, which there is no base for? This is the innovations that we are referring to. Anyone that claims that something is religiously good, that he did not teach us, or anyone that claims that something is better to avoid, it's more God-fearing, more rewarding, pleasing to Allah, where he did not teach us or approve of this, he did not act upon this, this is all bid'ah. I'll give you an example from a beautiful narration. When the 3 desert nomads came to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam seeking how he worshipped Allah Ta'ala, they did not find Muhammad at home. So who did they ask? His wives. His wives told these 3 desert nomads how the Prophet ﷺ worshipped Allah. They thought it being little. They belittled the actions. So one of them said, I will fast and never break fast. The other said, I will pray at night and not sleep. And the third said, I will not marry the ladies. You know, if you look at it, brothers and sisters, think about these 3 actions. The person will pray all night without breaking his prayer. In other words, does not sleep. The other person will fast without breaking the fast. And the third one will not marry ladies with the intention that if he does not marry this lady or any ladies, he'll get closer to Allah Ta'ala. Are they not good deeds? Can anyone tell me that these deeds, these acts of worship, are no good? You can never say they're no good. They're excellent deeds. Look at their intentions. They all meant righteousness. They all meant good. They wanted to get close. This is the moral. They wanted to get close to Allah Ta'ala. But when Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came home, and thus he was informed about these 3 Bedouins, what did he do? When he was told that one of them wants to pray all night, the other doesn't want to marry the ladies, and the other wants to fast every day and not break fast, he stood up on the mimbar, on the pulpit, and said, 3 men came to me. He did not name their names, because in Islam, we do not go expose the faults of our brothers and sisters. We do not name names of people. So he went to the mimbar and said, 3 people came to me. One of them said that he will not marry the ladies so he can get close to Allah Ta'ala. But wallahi, he said, I marry the ladies. I marry the ladies. The other said that he will fast every day and not break the fast. But wallahi, I fast and break the fast. And the third said that he will pray all night and not sleep. But wallahi, I pray at night and I sleep. And what did he say after that? What did he say? Man raghiba an sunnati falaysa minni. Whoever chooses a path other than my way, he is not from amongst the Muslim nation. He is not from me. Now, brothers and sisters, what do we learn from this? These 3 men